outside looking in, I feel like Hailey Rhode Beiber is definitely giving heavy sage energy. So this is the very cerebral woman. This is the woman who's smart and calculated. So it goes in and ties in really well with the whole social climate aspect. And like I said, observing. And there's one thing to be able to observe, but then there's another thing to actually be able to etch and web a roadmap to the vision you want. And so one key thing that I find really interesting, I remember when I watched the the masterclass on the sage archetype, it was talking about how one like one key way you can like think about the sage archetype is how a spider knits its spider web, and it's very, meticulous and it's intricate, but it's designed with a plan. And so another way you could actually develop, your cerebral function is actually by doing stuff like knitting. So yeah, just something like interesting. If anyone wants to take that up, that is completely up to you. But also just when it comes to her marrying choices, it was a deliberate choice, like I said. Um, I don't know if it's a thing of like the means justify the ends. I do believe she loves him again, but at the same time, she could have married anyone, but she chose someone who was a global icon. Um, Again, that's a very sage move. Like to be like, you know what, I choose you. I'm gonna narrow down on you because I see your position and I see your power. So just that natural inclination to want to align oneself with power is also a very sage thing to do. So when we think about the sage, another popular example who I feel like she kind of reminds me of in some ways is Jackie F. Kennedy. And again, it was just that willingness to align herself with a powerful man. What the relationship was like, not really 100% sure, but she chose that because within her, she knew like that was the kind of relationship that she wanted, and that's how I guess she wanted to be seen. And yeah, if she loved him, if she loved him, that's also part of the pie. But you know, it's just something to consider. Just they always say like be careful who you marry, because it could completely derail you, or it could, absolutely catapult you into infinite stardom if that's what you dream of. So yeah, I just feel like this was a really interesting, you know,